In a last-ditch effort to beat Cell, Goku hurtles a volley of ki blasts at the biomechanical monster, and it looks like it's working. However, it only looks that way for a moment. Soon enough, Cell's barrier pushes Goku's volley back, and the attack proves ineffective, just like every other move he's made so far. Between this and the instant transmission Kamehameha, Goku's lost most of his ki. Cell lost a large chunk of his ki too when he regenerated his upper body, but he still has a comfortable lead over Goku. In a move that shocks everyone, Goku forfeits the match, telling Cell that Gohan will be the one to defeat him. As he exits the ring, he asks Krillin for a Senzu Bean and, once again, defying everyone's expectations, throws it to Cell. "I want this to be a fair match," he taunts, his confidence in his son beaming out of him. To everyone else, he seems delusional. Even Gohan doesn't understand why he's acting this way. He assures Cell, Gohan, and everyone watching that Gohan can win this. All he has to do, Goku says, is pull out the hidden power deep inside of him. For a second, his confidence scares Cell, who decides to go all out and beat Gohan as quickly as possible. Though Gohan does his best to fight back, he's ultimately no match for the villain, and soon enough, the fight turns to a one-sided torture fest. As Cell picks Gohan up and crushes him in his arm, he screams out for help. He screams out for his dad. All the while, Goku just stands there, smiling as if nothing is wrong at all. Angrily, Piccolo snaps at Goku, begging him to see the writing on the wall. "It doesn't matter what type of power he has," he yells. "He's just a boy. A boy who's wondering why his father is just sitting by and watching him die. Stay here if you want. I'm going in." As he says this, Piccolo takes off his weighted training gear and prepares to enter the ring, not caring whether he lives or dies. Before he can take a step, a firm hand hits his shoulder. "No. I'll go." The low tone in Goku's voice is at the same time pensive and determined. He wonders how he could have been so blind, and he has one goal in mind, to get in the ring and save Gohan's life. "Krillin!" he yells, sticking his hand out towards his best friend. "Toss me a Senzu Bean." "All right," Krillin yells. He and Piccolo smile, as do the rest of the Z-Fighters. Relief floods their faces as they see Goku's finally come to his senses. Cell looks up at the scene, dropping Gohan, who falls weakly to the ground from his arms. He's crying, unable to do so much as move. As Goku eats the Senzu, all he can think about is how much pain he put his own son through, how mercilessly Cell mocked and tortured him, his anger welling up. When Goku swallows the bean, his power shoots through the roof. It doesn't stop there, however. It just keeps rising. Suddenly, even Cell seems scared. Was he holding back earlier? He wonders to himself. Suddenly, Goku's aura flares up, the ground shakes and lightning pours out all around him, destroying mountains and tearing up the desert around them. With a mighty yell, Goku transforms. When he emerges from his transformation, his aura is calm again, with blue electricity surging all around him. His hair stands up even spikier than before, and his calm demeanor is completely gone, and the most important thing of all, his power is through the roof. What is this?" Vegeta mutters, awed at Goku's unbelievable chi. "He's ascended," echoes Trunks, admiring just how Goku continues to surpass every limit. Goku fixes his gaze on Cell. It's not the same competitive gaze from their first battle. This time, Goku's out for blood. He takes another Senzu Bean from Krillin and jumps into the ring, moving so fast that all the other contestants thought he used instant transmission. Only Cell was able to see him move, and barely. He feeds the Senzu to Gohan, who recalls that this is just like Namek. He apologizes to his dad for not being able to beat Cell, but Goku answers that he's the one who should apologize. "That's cute," Cell cuts in, "but can we save the sentiments for after I kill the two of you? There'll be plenty of time to reminisce in the other world," he smirks. Goku ushers Gohan away, and no sooner than he leaves the ring does Goku make his move. He powers up and lunges forward, striking Cell square in the face with a jab that wipes away his grin. The now bloodied monster takes a half step back and wipes the blood from his face. "Lucky shot," he drones, frustration slipping through in his voice. Cell gets in his fighting stance, aiming to start an offensive of his own. He lifts his foot to move forward, and boom! A heavy gut punch makes him double over in pain. He grabs his stomach and looks up at Goku, who's now in his face. So fast," Cell mutters to himself. He tries to stand, but before he can get fully upright, Goku begins to absolutely thrash him. He hits him with a flurry of kicks and punches so vicious that the Z-Fighters have a hard time watching. "I almost feel sorry for Cell," Krillin says as Goku grabs the monster by his tail. He jumps into the air, spins him around at dizzying speeds and throws him face first into the mountains below. As Cell rises to his feet, he looks into the sky, but Goku's gone. The angry Saiyan appears beside him, throwing a feint that causes Cell to flinch. Goku laughs in his face, saying, "Aren't you supposed to be the terror of the universe? Don't tell me a few little punches is all it takes to make you scared." Frustrated and angry, Cell takes a step back and uses the solar flare, blinding Goku momentarily. He thrusts his tail forward, aiming to suck out all the power from Goku's body and become truly invincible. Goku catches his tail, however, and smiles. Though Cell pulls it back with all his might, fight. His tail won't budge, as Goku's holding it with an iron grip. "I don't need my eyes to beat someone like you," Goku boldly declares. Instantly, he yanks hard on Cell's tail, pulling the Green Terror towards him and clotheslining him. He tosses Cell into the air and disappears again, this time reappearing from above and kicking him square in the face with both feet, launching the villain back down to Earth. Cell's body continues forward deep into the ground, magma shooting out of the hole formed by the impact. The entire ground begins to quake, and Cell emerges from below with a thunderous explosion. Rocks fly everywhere as he rises back up into the sky, bloodied and breathing heavily, to meet Goku's eye level. As Cell stares daggers at Goku, Goku responds with a smile. Cell erupts in rage, screaming out to Goku, "Damn you! I'll make sure I kill you if it's the last thing I do." Cell throws his arm to the side, then bends it up, levitating a huge section of the desert above them. He shoots his other arm out and up, another section of the desert. He continues this way until more than a dozen mountain-sized chunks of land surround him and Goku. The spectators below are left astonished. "What do you reckon is happening now, sir?" a reporter asks Mr. Satan, the world champion martial artist. "It's just a trick," he protests unconfidently, almost as if he were trying to convince himself. "Smoke and mirrors." "What now?" Piccolo gripes below his breath. "Die!" Cell launches the giant cores of land at Goku, who begins to dodge them all. As he jumps up to dodge one, however, another catches him square on the chest. It continues forward as another speeds towards Goku from behind. He tries to move out of the way, but it's no use. The two mountains collide, squishing Goku right between them as they crumble to pieces. Goku falls from the air, taking damage for the first time in the fight. He backflips to land on his feet and tries to catch his breath, but there's no time. Another chunk comes crashing down right on top of him. He catches it, shooting a ki blast to destroy it as Cell throws another one at him from the side. Goku continues to dodge the mountains, punching and blasting them until they're no more. In the process, a huge cloud of dust fills the area, making it hard to see even a foot in front of him. Cell takes advantage of this, firing a barrage of death saucers at Goku through the smoke. Goku manages to dodge them, but suddenly one comes at him from below. He barely leans back in time, and as the deadly magenta disc passes in front of his face, Cell appears from the smoke, his pointer finger outstretched. He smiles slyly at Goku, having caught him off guard for the first time in the match. "What's the matter, Saiyan?" he teases, firing a point-blank death beam barrage right at his chest. Goku barely manages to block the attack in time, crossing his arms and putting up a force field between them. As the spectators look at the cloud of smoke above them, death beams start shooting out wildly. The Z-Fighters jump around to dodge them, and a stray beam even hits the ground near Mr. Satan and his crew, sending them flying. As the crew struggle to get to their feet, the champ's voice rings out. "A little help here, buddy?" "Ha!" Goku yells, shooting out a golden wave of ki from his body to dispel the blasts. The wave lights up the sky and clears the smoke, leaving the two fighters visible to everyone once again. "I think Goku's winning," Krillin yells, smiling at the others. No matter what he does, Cell still can't take him down. His attack beaten, Cell floats face to face with Goku. The beams created some distance between them. Goku quickly catches his breath and everything goes quiet for a moment. The silence is broken by Goku's quick snicker. "I take it that was your last hurrah, huh?" he says, folding his arms back. A bright white-blue orb appears in his hands, casting light in every direction, shining down on the spectators and even into space. Cell is paralyzed with fear. In a moment of desperation, he pumps his body up with energy, swelling in size and taking on the same form he did against Trunks. Sorry to say, but it wasn't enough. Goku yells, launching the most powerful Kamehameha the world has ever seen Cell's way. As the beam approaches him, the grotesque Bugman fires off a beam from his mouth, meeting the Kamehameha in the middle. The beams clash, neither side gaining or losing ground. Suddenly, Goku teleports, appearing right below Cell and hitting him with a lightning-fast uppercut. The blow sends shockwaves through the desert, and even Vegeta comments how he'd hate to be the one receiving such a blow. Cell begins to cough up spit, but Goku doesn't let up, bashing him in the side of the head and sending him flying towards the ground. Cell catches himself in mid-air and flies back up to Goku, trying to exchange blows with him. It's no use, however. Though Cell has grown stronger with this buffed-up body, he's also grown slower. Now, Goku is pummeling him more one-sidedly than ever. He easily beats down the Green Giant, taunting him between hits and dodging everything Cell throws at him. After he dodges a backhand slap, Goku appears behind Cell upside down and smiling, and asks, "Is this really the best you can do? Even you should know you'll never beat me like this." this. He kicks Cell down before the monster can finish turning around, then slowly orients himself upright again. As Cell rises to one knee, bleeding and gagging, his body begins to give out on him. He can't handle the abuse anymore. Goku floats down like a leaf, landing in front of the bio-android and walking over without a shred of concern. He kneels down to Cell's level, looking him in the face before he delivers another massive gut punch. This time, Cell collapses completely on the ground, unable to move. He props himself up on his arms and vomits. To everyone's surprise, Android 18 comes out. Awesome! Krillin yells out, delighted at first but quickly embarrassed when he realizes all the other Z-Fighters are staring at him. Hey Goku! Tien yells out. See if you can make him cough up the other one, he jokes. Goku considers it for a second but quickly shuts down the idea. At this point, I don't know what kind of desperate last moves he might pull. I've already let this go on too long. As Cell struggles to stand on both legs, Goku readies another Kamehameha. This time Cell has no answer for it, as the white-blue beam roars right at him. All Cell can do is stare, defeated and hopeless. As the Kamehameha waves engulfs him, Cell screams out with all his might, "I was perfect!" And with those last words, fades into nothingness. Goku relaxes, powering down and looking up at his son and friends. They all run to him, lifting him up in celebration as they've finally won against the androids. Even Vegeta, normally a grouch, smiles, happy that Goku was able to fulfill Trunks' wish. The Z-Fighters go home and go their separate ways. Gohan tells Goku he wants to study more instead of fighting, and Goku agrees to let him. Trunks goes back to his timeline, more than powerful enough to beat the androids there. Vegeta goes off to train, motivated by what he saw today to find a level even beyond Goku's. And Mr. Satan? Well, he somehow convinces everyone that he beat Cell.